All right, this video we're going to talk about part 2, factoring using the difference of squares method. The difference of squares method is when we have terms that are all square terms and we have a subtraction sign. So for example, a squared here is the same as a times a. 4 is the same as 2 times 2. Both of those are square terms and there's a subtraction sign. You can only use this method if there's a subtraction sign there. And if there is, oh, look, there's a typo there. That should be an A, not a 2. You will use the form a plus 2 times a minus 2. I've given you a list of square numbers on your test. This one you're looking at, there is a typo down here as well. It says 10 times 10 is 10, and it's not. 10 times 10 is 100, so if you need to, go ahead and add a 0 there. Hopefully by the time yours get printed, that mistake will be gone. All right, number 5 says factor the difference of squares. So we have to make sure everything is a square. So we look at x squared, and that is the same as x times x, so that's a square. We can check that one off. There is a subtraction sign, which we have to have, so we can check that off. And 25 is a square number. It's 5 times 5. So we can check that box. So this one works for all of our rules. The only thing left is to set up our two sets of parentheses. We write x plus 5 in one of them and x minus 5 in the other. So you can see that we have used all of our factors here. They're all in the parentheses, and one of them has a plus sign, the other has a minus sign. It's pretty simple once you can recognize the pattern and how to write your answers. Let's look at number 6. 64 is a square number as well. It's the same as 8 times 8. So that checks out. We have a minus sign. 9 is the same as 3 times 3. And x squared is the same as x times x. So those are also all squares. So we just set up our double parentheses. And we write 8 plus 3x in one and 8 minus 3x in the other one. Number 7, we have 4a squared minus 36. 4 is a square number. It's 2 times 2. A is a square term. It's a times a. And 36 is the square term of 6 times 6. We also have a subtraction sign. So we have met all the criteria to use our difference of squares method. So we set up our double parentheses, and we have 2 plus 6a in one set of parentheses, and 2 minus 6a in the other set of parentheses. So we used all of our factors in our two sets of parentheses. All right, last one that's an example for you is 64 minus 16h squared. 64 is a square number for 8 times 8. That checks out. There's a minus sign. 16 is the square number for 4 times 4. And h squared is the same as h times h. So those are all square terms as well. We set up our double parentheses and we put our factors in there. So we do 8 plus 4h in one set and 8 minus 4h in the other set. And then you can check and make sure that you used all of your factors.